No, definitely. Like thinking about yeah, I remember hearing this thing once, and it's always stuck in my head of like the more you think about your problems, the more like you know like arguably like manifest them. Like the more, as in the more you think about solving all your problems, the more you sort of make them into a thing to solve, which sounds very obvious, but like I think there's a simple truth behind it, which is just sort of accepting the fact that nothing's ever going to be perfect, which yeah, and I definitely fall into that trap. I'm a warrior, you know, with an O. I worry a lot about things.
That's a funny. I'm a warrior, not with an A, with
No,
a fucking O.
yeah, exactly. Not the cool kind of warrior. I'm an anxiety-ridden warrior who's always thinking about how to fix his own problems and the best way to get through life and the most efficient route through a set of
Mm.
circumstances. But
Well,
sometimes,
this
yeah,
actually is
it's better not to think about it because you just do it. Like you spend
yes.
too much knowing
Just
and
do it.
trying to. Yeah, exactly. You spend too much time like trying to
Yes.
plan everything out and trying to figure everything out, which is knowledge to some degree.
This is such a good point I want to talk about. The
Yeah,
thinker's curse. This is it, right?
yeah,
Is
exactly.
when
But
you it's like but I guess it's not so much like the knowledge is harmful, but it's when you put too much weight or too much value on the knowledge, right? And it never becomes enough for you to take action, right?
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
then
exactly.
you paralyze yourself in the pursuit of knowledge that you never
Yeah,
actually pursue action.
yeah. Perfectionist paralysis. Yeah,
It's
yeah. I
such a
definitely have personal experience with that. But I mean, yeah. But is that knowledge though? Like, well, this is the interesting thing. Like, knowledge. How there's like there's classifications of knowledge. So in that scenario, like, yeah, like you could say that like knowledge of what's going to happen and knowledge of like all the skills that you need in order to start some sort of project, like they're important to some extent. I would put them in one classification, but then there's a higher classification of knowledge, which is knowing that the more time you spend on like trying to perfect that lower class of knowledge, the more time you waste and the less likely you are to start, and the less you are to start, the the more paralyzed you become, and then you just end up not never starting at all. So, and the knowledge of that fact, that like that you're never really ready to start something, is something that I would put in a higher classification.
So you
It's
think that
it's almost like
knowledge
a
can
form of like meta knowledge. You know what I mean? Like knowledge that
yeah,
sometimes
I do know what you
knowledge
mean.
is not important.